Hi, this is Dr. Jade Millay, and are you one of the millions in America suffering with type 2 diabetes? I think we can all agree that diabetes is getting worse in our country, not better. And the question we should all be asking ourselves is why? Why is this happening? We're all very smart people. We have access to health care. Most of us have decent water and food, so why is this happening? Well, one of the things that I notice is what I've termed or called the Bermuda Triangle of healthcare. So let me tell you what I mean by this. And unfortunately, this triangle does not put you at the center of care, which is a problem that I see with a lot of chronic diseases, including type 2 diabetes. So first of all, we have your doctor, your prescriber, whoever it is that you see for helping you treat your type 2 diabetes. Well, one problem that I'm seeing is that your prescriber, your practitioner is under the gun, just like other businesses. They have to get people through their office as quickly as possible in order to pay their bills, pay their staff. And I had this conversation with a colleague of mine, and we were talking about, well, she was telling me that her office actually went through the trouble of timing and calculating how long they could spend with a patient. And at the end of their study, they calculated that they should spend, in order to stay profitable, 2.5 minutes with a patient. Now, I think we all know that that's not long enough to help you. I mean, if your car had a problem, if you were to walk outside and turn your car on and the engine light would come on, would you take it to a mechanic who could only spend 2.5 minutes? Most likely not. We know that you'd most likely be taking your car back again to that mechanic or another mechanic. So why is it acceptable that we treat our bodies like this? That we only get to spend 2 minutes, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, it's not enough to deal with all the problems that you're having, manage all the drugs that you're on. So that's one problem. Second problem is now we have an insurance company that's involved, a third-party payer, a third-party industry that's basically telling your doctor how to practice. You know, your prescriber, your practitioner didn't need to go to school after all, because they have this third-party insurance company telling them what to do, telling them how to practice. And your insurance company is only going to do what is called medically necessary. That's their term that they use that describes what they're obligated to do. And for this condition, they're only obligated to give you drugs. If you're looking for something more than that, you're barking up the wrong tree. They're just not going to do that. So that's the second problem we have. Third problem we have that makes up that triangle is now we have a drug company that's involved. And your prescriber is being influenced by drug companies on what to prescribe. I had a patient who recently was telling me that she was in the waiting room with a drug rep, and she was waiting to see her prescriber, her doctor, and she had her visit, and guess what she left with when she left the office? What that drug rep was representing. So unfortunately, this Bermuda Triangle, your doctor's under stress to see as many people as they can. They double and triple book you in order to see as many people as they can. We have this third-party insurance dictating how your care should go about, and then we have this drug company that's involved that's influencing your doctor and what to prescribe. Unfortunately, that does not put you at the center of care. You're basically a cog in a wheel, keeping this disease not being treated properly, not being individualized for your care, and then the problems continue. And the solution is just continued drugs, more drugs, more drugs. I'm sure most of you out there do not enjoy going to that visit that you have with your doctor. A lot of times it's not very pleasant. It's usually a blame game of what are you doing? What are you eating? Why are you not losing weight? Why are you not exercising? Instead of being a constructive visit of how we can reverse your type 2 diabetes. So that's what makes our approach different, is we're really looking at the cause, the individual cause. Each of you out there has a different reason as to why this is happening. Truly, the question that each of you should be asking your doctor, your prescriber, is why is this happening? Why is my blood sugar out of control? But unfortunately, the drug therapy model is used just to bully that number down without ever addressing the true reason why. So that's what makes our approach different, is we're looking at you as an individual. We're testing you with tests beyond the traditional blood test just to know how to prescribe your drugs. And we are really working with you to figure out the reason why. So if you're tired of that same rat race, of being in that same You know, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting something different to happen. So if you've been in that insanity loop of doing the same thing over and over, you're doing what you're told, you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're doing what you can to manage your type 2 diabetes, and you just don't see results, and you're frustrated, and you want something different, well then I'd love to have a conversation with you. Talk with you about your individual problems, your goals, and making sure that we would make a good team so we can work together, so we get this problem reversed. Now, when I mean reversing your type 2 diabetes, what I mean is we regularly see people get off medication. We see their blood sugars drop, and drop very quickly. We see people's energy go through the roof. We see people being able to sleep and think and be engaged in life again, because I'm sure most of you have your own personal stories of how this disease has taken over your life, how it's affected you, your family, your work, all the things that make life important. So again, if this makes sense to you, if you want to break outside of that insanity loop and do something to help get your disease reversed and under control, I'd love to talk with you. I look forward to meeting with you, talking with you about how we can get your life back.